Hmm. What's going on, y'all? All right. Yeah, we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is where the problems go on. Hmm. Just give me 1 second. Bear with me. I'm having some technical difficulties. Okay.
You have reached area code 313.
Hey, what's going on? Sorry, I'm a little tardy. Well, I had that silent little pause there. I had to put some stuff together. Well, this stuff is a lot more difficult than people may think. Oh, shout out to my man DJ Los. The intro. Oh my goodness, I love that thing to death. I love the music. Check him out. Make them beats. Legendary DJ here. My man DJ Los, appreciate you, bro. That's the funny thing about this man in life, and you grow older, man. You come across a lot of people, and and have those mutual type of bond, so to speak. And this person do this person may do that, and boom, 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 and you connect. That's some of that old community, old village type thing. You know what I'm saying? And somehow we able to connect and get things done. Handshakes. How it go? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, shout out to my man DJ Love. Um, Again, like to welcome to another edition of No Fan Sports Podcast. I'm your host. I go by New, just a simple NEW. I hope you read the. Well, I'm sure you read it. If you read it, this is what we touching on. We go touch on the Lions, and if you've seen the what was that little picture there? And we'll talk a little bit about the current offensive coordinator Ben Johnson. We'll speak on him, and I was challenged to watch a documentary that was shown on Prime Plus or whatever it is, Prime TV or whatever it was, Bye Bye Barry. And I get you to the story on that, the whole Barry Sanders thing. Um, and I said I was gonna watch it, and I'm gonna give my honest critique on it. You know, well, there's just a couple, a few things we might be touching on. It might hit something else, another little zone or two. Um, might even get into that Jonathan Majors thing. I don't know. I might speak. I ain't really get a chance to really read up and really look at it because I don't really follow news like I get off of social media, and and I take it like a grain of salt sometimes, But that's about the extent of what I'm gonna do. I stopped watching regular news a long time ago. Um, but we might touch on that. We might touch on that for real. Okay, so let's get this out the way because I like to do this disclaimer stuff because I got a article that I pulled up. I had to look my man Ben Johnson up. Naturally when you do these things, man, you try to get more familiar with the people you're talking about and find out exactly what they're about and where they come. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get understanding of those things too, just as well. So we're gonna get these little disclaimers out the way. Hold on. Let me get over to my page. Okay. All right. No Fan Sports Podcast is providing this podcast as public service, but it is neither a legal interpretation nor a statement of No Fan Sports Podcast policy. Referencing any specific product or entity does not constitute an endorsement or recommendation by No Fan Sports Podcast. The views expressed by the guests are their own, and their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. Views and opinions expressed by myself, uh, Those are my own and do not necessarily reflect the view No Fan Sports Podcast or any of its officials. Speaking of its officials too, um, shout out to my man, one of the producers, man. We work with here. Get together actually, and is a classmate. You know, Doughboy, fellow Doughboy, celebrating his birthday this evening. Sorry I didn't get a chance to make it. Uh, had a few things I had to do, and I wasn't gonna be able to get there. But let me shout out my man Khalif. Happy birthday, bro! I get at you. You know the deal. What's up, Denise? Um, yeah, and so we get to fair use copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair for purposes such as uh, criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is used and permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use. And if you hit if first time checking this out, you never seen the video, you never rock with me live, get a chance, go to I don't speak fan group, it's like Facebook page, man, and read the bio thing. You know what we're about. We like to talk about sports. When I first started doing this thing, man, the whole reason I started is because I wanted to talk specifically about sports without the love affair, and that's what no fan. That's what it came from. I know we all got fan favorites. I got my favorites as I expressed before, but um, nobody is upfront. Can't be criticized. No athlete, nobody's perfect. So I have the critical moments just as well. There's no love affair. So we just talking about honest dialogue for the most part, not just the stuff that they put on the stat sheets. We're talking about not just the analytics and the metrics. We're talking about stuff. I like to think I got that sixth sense. I see dead people. I can see an athlete, and we're looking at the stuff behind that most people not go get. Most people don't understand. Most people may not see. Most people may, call you foolish for thinking so. And this is some of my feelings about the Barry Sanders thing. We'll get to that too. So that's why we started doing this. So this is what we do at No Fam, honest, fair dialogue. So um, like I said this before, I rock with every Detroit sports franchise in the city, but the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions are caught fire this year. They coming off of like what was it, last season? They had like ran off I think 8 or 7 of the last 8. Kind of turned the tables a little bit and went on a decent run, which brought in the excitement going into this season 23-24. Um, I'm I don't rock with the Lions. Now, I got off the train back in the early '80s, for various reasons, and part of that I'm gonna touch on that when we talk about this Bye Bye Barry. A lot of similarities in it. Okay, um, and so, but I talked to a guy before recently at we met up. I met him at a little function, and we was watching the Lions game. And one of the things I remember he said to me, he said, "We ain't seen this before." And I got to, and it just keep registering in my head. We haven't seen this before. No, we haven't seen this before. We haven't seen this before. I'm over a half century myself. Never seen anything close to this. Okay, probably the closest what the 91, or even like I said, I was rocking with them when they was talking about another one bites the dust and Billy Sims. So it was some little height there, but I don't think they reached this particular height so far, especially as far as record. I think when they were 8-2 or whatever, that was first time since 1960 something or 56 or something like that. But anyway, you here in Detroit, you swear they've been in 10 Super Bowls already. Uh, Fans are very passionate about what's going on right now. As you may have seen, everywhere they go, they deep and all this kind of stuff. So you're getting a lot of it. So picture me sitting here, a non-Lion fan, listening to the criticism, and they on me on my team too, just as well. So um, what happened was, I think one of the biggest things, the biggest reason why the turnaround came about, from what I'm understanding, the current OC Ben Johnson, who recently just put out a little, so I put on the picture there too. He, I don't know how true this is or not. It may just been some Facebook mumble jumble, but supposedly, the word is out. He won 15 million if he's chosen as a potential head coach. Uh, you know, And immediately I'm like, God, man, 15 million. I'm thinking like, wow, you real cocky for saying something like that. and you kind of pricing yourself out the market. So naturally, before I like to try to research stuff a little bit too. So I went and checked it out, pulled him up. Highest paid coaches. Belichick is number one, of course. He 20 million. You know, you have some other guys out there, the 15, 12 and a half. I think what's his name over there in Pittsburgh, 12 and a half. And I think the lowest out of the top 12, I think it was 12 or 15 coaches, the lowest amount was like 9.5. So if you go with the inflation and things change a little bit, okay, so he ain't really pricing himself out the market. But the key thing is that I don't think the Lions gonna be able to keep him. This is just his second season or a season and a half of being an offensive coordinator. Um, the first coordinator I think Campbell had was my man Anthony Lynn, who was the head coach of the Chargers. Um, I think I kind of think he rushed him out of that a little bit. Maybe a little push the panic button. Um, you know, uh, coaches, the coaching carousel is pretty deep. You don't get that long to get the thing turned around in the NFL. So I thought he pushed the panic button, and Campbell took on the duties himself. Um, Good idea to a certain extent, but he's just not offensive coordinator. I don't think that's part of his forte as far as being the head coach. Good motivators, somebody more character so far as the hustle, grit, and all that. And that's that identity that I think the team picked up. Hustle, grit, his little, stuff. Like I said, stuff that you don't put on stat sheets. He played tight end, I think, at one point for the Lions. He played for Cowboys just as well. But he was just a gritty player, and then finally got some type of identity in Detroit. And this is one of the things that I've been trying to express to people when you're building teams and franchises on no matter what level. You kind of got to get an identity, little grit thing. Then you take on the identity. The W's don't necessarily come right away because you kind of gather some type of identity, turn yourself into something. Something similar, like even though I didn't necessarily agree with the little scheme ass thing, but the guy Gardner came over here, and all the rest of the players they're like, look, we tired of hearing all this. We're not gonna be a joke anymore. You know, and I think that's what Campbell brought to the team, brings to the Lions. But his offensive calling or offensive play calling duties or whatever, I think it was a very suspect. Matter of fact, I don't think he's a great offensive coordinator. He shouldn't call plays. A lot of stuff he was doing, fourth downs, he would go for it. They want to label it as being aggressive. I call them bonehead because that's what they were. So it's down in distances, it's different things like that you want to label as being aggressive. I think it's foolish, and it ain't just him, because there's a lot of coaches nowadays. I want to say they almost like I'm going to take y'all back a few years. I used to mess around with that little video when the video thing. Last game I played, it was like three button Sega. Three button Sega was the last time I played videos, right? But that was one of. But because of some of the flaws, how the computer have a little flaw in it. You would kick it over here, and the man be able to run so far, but it had these little flaws in it. And then just the down and distances. We try to keep it as more realistic as possible. So like ain't nobody going for it on 4th and 60 at your own, stuff like that. So we would set up little rules where, okay, unless you down by such and such at such time, then you can go for it on these particular, to cut some of that garbage out of there. And so that just makes me think about how you plays now. Oh my goodness. Oh. How these guys are calling plays now. Coaches across the league. So, Chris Campbell, Johnson. This is second season. I understand he's been with Campbell the whole time. Done. Where's that? Here it is. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, this is Johnson's second season as the Lions office coordinator, and his sixth season as a member of the Lions staff. So I didn't even realize he had been here that long. I didn't think he was sixth season, part of the staff, and he has also had stints with the Dolphins and at Boston College. Okay, this is a Yahoo Sports article on a Pro Football Talk. NBC was written December 21st. this year. Okay, so I had to look him up. I'm like, okay, so this young man seemed pretty brilliant. Offense is running fine. They got a nice Lions when they did decide, what's his name, Twisty Army. They allowed him to go to Los Angeles. They flip flop quarterbacks. I wasn't sad to see him go. I'm not a big stat path fan, but get golf in there. I think to me they pretty much the same. Golf had already been to a Super Bowl, but you're getting a younger guy anyway too. So he comes in. You got a lot of people wasn't too happy with him, but all of a sudden, man, they put this thing together. The receivers catching the ball. Even though I didn't like the way this draft pick went, um, the combo with Montgomery and Gibbs is like boom, boom, boom. The run game is outstanding. The offense is just moving on all 6 cylinders, 8 cylinders, or whatever. That's gonna bring attention, and it has. It's been brought so much attention. So the man said if he was considered for an AC job, um, he need 15. And I'm just gonna end it like this. And I started it off with the enjoy while you can. If the Lions are not able to maintain or retain Ben Johnson, the OC, and I'm not recommending that they pay that type of money to offensive coordinator, um, this will be for naught. We'd be right back to square one, as far as I'm concerned. Y'all just let that marinate a little bit. Let that marinate just a little bit. Make sure you go over to YouTube, hit the like, subscribe, the notification thing, just things like that. We get these algorithms moving a little bit. Instagram, all those other DMs. You can see what's happening. In the description that I laid, I think I put everything in there where you can find some of this stuff. But so like I said, man, we good friend of mine, former co-worker. We had some wonderful discussions about sports in these break rooms, man. And so shout out to my man, Yo Hadi. Um, he like you go watch Bye Bye Barry. I'm like, man, I don't know about that. I'm like, because here's my history with this Barry Sanders thing, and like I don't rock with the Lions. I'm not a Barry Sanders, never a Barry Sanders fan. He just didn't move me like he moved everybody else. And as a matter of fact, he's not even my ideal running back that I would choose. I mean, if you put a top 10 all-time leading rushers right now, it's probably maybe 3 of them that I would uh, not take before. I mean, I would take three. It's 3 of them. There's only 3 rushers that I wouldn't take before Barry Sanders in that top 10. I think it's okay. And when I describe this and people hear me talk about things like this, it's like, man, you tripping, man. This he's sweet. And my argument behind this whole premise, I'm not just talking just out the side of my neck. My argument about this whole premise, I'm looking at the game. And that's what no fan is. That's the reason why when I came up with the concept, this is what this was about. We want to talk about the game, not get caught up in all the little flashy and the lights and the cameras and the action. We're talking about the game and the different things that you have to, do to make sure everything is working properly. Because this is a team sport. And there's 2 positions offensively that, the entire team is rallying behind. These are our fearless leaders. This is who we look up to. These are the guys that make stuff happen, or that's paid to make things happen. That would be your quarterback and your running back on offense, middle linebacker, free safety on defense. You looking up to these guys because they, you expecting them. This is the motivation. They're giving it to you, giving it to you to keep your energy. You go admire all the just gracefully handing the ball to the ref. You ain't got to dance. You don't have to dance or nothing like that. That don't bother me whether you dance or not. I think it's gotten a little carried away now though, because this routine after every big play, I mean, it just the spontaneity out of it. These practice routines I can't get with. You come up and y'all just do some spontaneous stuff, man, because that's what it was. That's what I thought the dances or the whatever. I remember my man, what's my man, Jake used to be touchdown, play tight end for the Detroit Lions. You know, he had a little thing he used to do with the football. Um, and it's some spontaneous type stuff. This little character, this stuff that they do now is just, just ridiculous. So I get all that. Um, but it's other requirements to playing running back than just running the ball. And that's my argument on this whole thing. Sometimes it's required for your quarterback to take a 5 or a 7, whatever step drop. That means if you on the field, you got to at least give him a chip block or something like that. That wasn't one of his fortes, man. Um, Not really impressed the way he ran between the tackles. Guy gained a hell of a lot of yards. If I had to describe his running style for me, and a lot of people just swear it's just sweet as hell, but to me, I'm just telling y'all about how I feel about him when I'm looking at it. It reminds me of it reminds me of a Pop Warner kid. The way he like the greatest Pop Warner runner ever. That's how he ran to me. He didn't run. He didn't have any type of authority or boss. You know, um, the once record he was chasing was held by Walter Payton. He ran like a man. Okay, he ran like a man. They called him sweetness because he would shake you out your stuff too, just the same. But when the moments came, when it was time to man up, he ran like a man. You can go and check out any of them sites, see the clips. You see him putting his helmet in somebody's chest because he finishing off his runs like men did back in the day. Give you that stiff arm, the whole deal. Very powerful runner with the sweetness behind it. I look for in my running back, I look for somebody to that's the guy we turn around, look, and things get tight. We looking like and he or he, like his mannerism is like we in this. With Barry Sanders, I don't want that type of mannerism, man. And lots of times when you feeding off somebody, you looking at energy, and you like to think that you're getting the same energy back. And even though he may be doing a hell of a job, but it's another facet of the job that you don't put on stat sheet. It's another little piece that you don't put on stat sheets, man. I mean, my energy. I think my man Deion Sanders said that the other day. You don't have to act like Deion and nothing like that. You don't have to, be as boastful as he is. But he said just match his energy. I never thought Barry matched the energy of the people he played with. I did what I'm supposed to do. Okay, ho hum. Now I'm not saying you run around and jump up and down on the side. I think my man Curtis Martin was a very mundane running back. He never said too much or do anything like that. But his energy was in the game, and it just never seemed like that with me. But like I said, for Barry, it's nothing. I mean, it's more things to playing running back than just running the ball. And not to mention the, non-factor inside the 20. From the 80s to the 80s, all fine and dandy, but people ain't constantly using inside the 20. I just never felt that he was that in between tackle running back type of guy. And if we're talking about excitement, I can think of several other running backs, and I already named one that was way more exciting to me than him. I mean, Marshall Falk would be another I would speak of. Tony Dorsett. Um, it's a bunch of nice, shifty guys out there that I would, prefer their running style over his. But these mythical things about not having an offensive line in front, um, not playing with any good teams, those narratives need to stop for me to take you all serious. 3 all pros. You can go look at their line. Now they had a freak accident when my man Utley fell, got hit, paralyzed. I forgot about my man Reggie Brown, who played linebacker. All these guys went down with back injuries, spinal injuries. And that was part of the thing played on the documentary with by Barry. So you can see his emotions kind of tied into it. But even still, he wasn't saying nothing. He watching, but he not really saying anything, you know. But Apparently, he was uncomfortable because that's the feeling that I got as I was watching the documentary. He was uncomfortable with what was going on, and the biggest thing that really latched on to me, aside from the fact I just like I said, I'm gonna put you like this: greatest running back, Detroit Lion running back in my mind is Billy Sims. Both of them in their prime, both of them coming out of college at the same time. I'm taking Billy Sims. It's not even. I'm taking Billy Sims. Okay, that's just my guy. I mean, I just think that much more of him than that. But um, apparently, he was unhappy with what was going on. What was going on within the Lions organization. They started shortchanging folks like they've been doing. And see, that goes back to when I said I jumped off the train in the early '80s, late '70s, early '80s. Year after year after year, I've always felt that they never treated their players or paid them properly like they should have if you want to compete with the rest of the teams in the NFL. This ain't 1950. This not NFL championships. It's NFL Super Bowls. These guys they spending a little money now, especially when it's time to keep your core pieces together. I can talk about Jerry Ball, losing Jerry Ball. Talk about Ndamukong Suh. I watched him walk through the airport furious because he really wanted to be here. Now, and we talking about Ndamukong Suh, and this is let me paint a picture for you. This is how I'm gonna describe it. So, say we a gang and we fighting. We going around the corner. We fight the Broad Street bullies. And then Ndamukong Suh is that's our muscle. Everybody got that one dude in their gang that whoop everybody, right? The Lions had Ndamukong Suh, man. It was teams that just hated playing this dude, talking about he's stepping on them, the hands and that. You know how great that is? And I actually heard Lion fans. That's why I can't take y'all serious either. They like, oh, we'll replace him. And that was the same attitude everybody every year when you talk about them fucked up drafts, excuse me, them bad drafts they had year after year after year after year. Players, Tez Tabor, I told y'all he was a route jumper at the University of Florida and had a speed. He just gambled a lot. I'm not even sure if he's in the NFL right now. The young man that linebacker they got out of Hawaii, he was a chaser. He wasn't no gap filler, he a chaser. You don't need no linebacker that's chasing. Yeah, he has athleticism. He walking people down, but he shouldn't be chasing. He should be me. Okay. Um, do we want to keep going? Oh, let's go here. Let's go to way back, and we gonna go back way back. We go back a little bit. Uh, my man Andre Tippett was at Iowa, All American, and I think the line, and it was another linebacker at I want to say Nebraska. Yeah, I think he was out of Nebraska. I think his name is Jimmy Johnson, something like that. Jimmy Johnson, I think his name is Nebraska linebacker. He and Andre, and he in the top class. They in the top, top three, top five linebackers of the draft. One back in the day. I seen Tippett in Iowa. Iowa play Michigan. They big team. He right in our backyard. And that was another thing with the Detroit Lions that I always was pissed me off. I'm like, man, Michigan got linemen for days. Never draft these dudes. But anyway, Tippett in our backyard. They drafted Jimmy Johnson instead. Tippett ended up going real late in the first round to the New England Patriots. He has a gold jacket. Ask me if that Jimmy Johnson dude have a gold jacket. Y'all probably don't even know who this dude is. Go on, you can go flip on, go hit your phone, draft. I think it was the '82 draft. Hit your phone, pull him up. Don't nobody know who he is. I remember because I'm sitting here watching it. And these are things here. Oh, let's go here. Y'all remember that guy, Mark Nichols, big fella out of Youngstown, I think Youngstown State. Mark Nichols is what D had, and name some other than them big boys that's out here playing wide receiver. This was what Mark Nichols was supposed to be back in the early '80s. Garbage. Turned out to be nothing. Okay. And we seen this over the what's his name? A million years, 4 wide receivers, but years in a row. What is that big boy, Mike Williams? Garbage. I ain't gonna call may rest in peace from Michigan State. What's his name? Oh my goodness, his name slips my mind right now. Charles. I can't think of it right now, but anyway, may he rest in peace. Um, I just thought he had some character issues that he needed to work on. You know, as far as a football player, he was a pretty good football player. Okay, so we're talking about year after year. I told you, I said Jerry Ball. I said Indominus Sue. Let's go back a little further. The Bubba Baker, Al Bubba Baker ended up sliding up out of here. I don't think they treated my man Doug English too well before he left. Okay, but this is year after year, man. I got tired. I couldn't do it no more. I just couldn't do it no more. You know, and though I'm born and raised on the corner of Tuxedo and Webb, bleed this stuff here, I can't rock with. So Barry had a chance. He's seen all these things falling apart, and I think even in the documentary, because they've patched things up of late. Where he's came back into the fold because it was at one point when he decided to retire and he left them. They demanded that he pay this money back in T-bills, and I didn't even know what a T-bill was until I went and looked at. Had to go look it up. I wasn't too financial swabby about that, but swab, and I looked T-bill. Oh, but T-bill, pay back in T-bill. T-bills is higher interest rates than regular dollars. You know what I'm saying? This is like just straight honorary stuff. But what you think they go do? Seriously, what did you expect them to do? They own the team. What did you expect them to do when you quit? You don't go to the office. You don't call. You don't. Nobody can get in touch with you. You go fly over to London, and a fax gets sent back. Men don't do that, man. Men don't do that. I understand, don't like a lot of attention, this, that. And I'm gonna tell y'all about this Bye Bye Barry. The Bye Bye Barry didn't answer that question. It didn't answer the age-old question of why. It still left you hanging. He took him and his 4 kids, they went back to England, and they sitting around the table, and he still can't answer why. And I know he really want to. They asked him, was it because y'all was losing? He like downplayer, no, no, no. But he still never told you why. I think I know why. His why may very well be the same reason why I don't rock with the Lions to this day. But he's saving face, and he's still not telling y'all the truth to this day. He's still not telling y'all the truth to this day. But every time, he quit. Okay? He quit. I don't want to hear nothing about, you quit. You don't quit and don't tell nobody. So, to you all in y'all documentary, which was actually pretty good, didn't answer any of the questions that I wanted to have answered, still left a lot of doubt about, why, because we still do not know why. Okay. But you quit. And we got a lot of locals here that's comfortable with that. I'm just not one of them. You don't fact come back and you look a man. What my man Scarface say? Always look a man in the eye before you kill him. Look a man in the eye. And the sad part about it, because of who you were and who were revered globally, if you were a true leader in of the position that you played, you'll be able to go and walk in the office and you demand certain things and you require certain things. That's how you get things done too. You speak up. What they say, a closed mouth don't get fed. Instead of speaking up and voicing your displeasure on what took place, you quit. You quit. All you had to do is go in the office and say, what this like, damn, what the hell y'all doing? You're not happy with it. They gotta please you. You ain't say nothing. You just let it, and it way I look at it, you just let them get dogged. And come to find out in the clip there in the documentary, Lomas Brown said he went kicking and screaming. He didn't want to leave. That's one of your all pros. Kevin Glover, all pro. Them two nice pieces on your center and your left tackle. Tell me about Barry didn't play with no offensive line, folks. Quit with that narrative, man. Y'all just make this if you want to have a serious discussion, let's talk about it. But when you keep coming with that mythical stuff about who he didn't have and what he didn't have, and he didn't even have an offensive line, cut it out. The guy just didn't have that one intangible that you need, man. That's what leaders do. He just wasn't it. If you was unhappy, you see, because though he didn't say it, everything that I watch and listening to him talk about, Kevin Glover left. I think Kevin Glover went. They traded him. He ended up in Seattle. Lomas was over there in New York. Yeah, who else they had lost or whatever, you know. Like I said, Utley went down, freak accident, spinal on the field. Uh, Mike Anderson, I think his name was. He got freak accident, got ran over in his front yard. But prior to the unfortunate incidents, and may he rest in peace, and I hope Utley's doing okay. Um, you had a chance to speak. You the front, you that that's that stuff that you can't put on a stat sheet. That's when you know you're a man. Men come out, you speak up, you take care of the people around you. And everybody around him screaming and looking at your name, you don't like the limelight. Okay, you don't like the limelight. You don't have to like the limelight or not, but you can get this thing done. But instead of doing that, you quit. So, long story short, that's what I got out about Barry. Problems by Felicia. A quitter. I'ma always view him like that. There's nothing that documentary did little, if not nothing at all, changing my line feelings on him, and made it a little bit worse. Because like I said, from what I gathered, um, I feel as if though he was fed up in his own little way, and the moves that they were making, the moves that they were making, I was seeing them. I was frustrated. And this was before I had already been off the wagon, but I seen those back in the day. And I'm not a part of the organization. I'm just born and raised here in the D. And each time these cats just keep letting me down. So what did I do? I couldn't go in there and tell them, such, such, such. I said, you know what? The only thing I can do is pull my support for you. I can't pay for that. And that's what I did. That's what me. I don't ride that wave. You failed me. Barry failed y'all. And it reminds me, um, it reminds me of this one cowboy movie, cowboy and western movie. My mother, may she rest in peace, birthday was just last Sunday, I think it was Sunday or Monday, the 18th, whatever the 18th was. Rest in peace, mama. Um, she was a big, the cowboy and western movies, that was her thing. Watch them sun up, sundown. You know what I'm saying? This was she used to watch them. And I used to like them too. The cowboy and western movies, those was pretty cool when we was coming up as kids, you know. So yeah, hold on, hold on, hold on. I almost got it. Hold on. I'm gonna get hold on. I'm trying to get y'all there. Hold on. Oh, oh, I done lost it. Um, where's it at? Come on, baby. Anyway, she's big, in the cowboy and western movie. And there was this one western movie, man, and it was this scene, you know. It's called my man was like a little boy, the gunslinger was in town, he saved the town and everything, you know. Oh man. Can y'all see that? I'll try to put it in a different screen. So it's gotta go on. Okay. I hope y'all can see it. But anyway, so the gunslinger, he came in, saved the town from the desperados and everything. And I think during the process of the shootout, he ended up getting hit, caught one in the belly. You get hit with a bullet back in them days, that was pretty much a death sentence. It was a pretty much a death sentence. I hope y'all can see that screen. So anyway, little boy, having his last little meeting with Shane before he go. And I just wanted to leave y'all with this. I don't know if you can watch it. It's just a little 2-minute clip. I hope it plays. Oh my goodness. If it don't play, please go look it up. It's called Shane. Come Back Shane. You'll find it. You can find it on YouTube. I found it under the movie clips. On the computer. So bad. Come on, babe. Oh, here we go. I think it's kind of
There's no living with a killing. There's no going back from it. Right or wrong, it's a brand. A brand sticks.
Can you? Oh, and I hope y'all can get it.
Joey, there's no living with a killing.
I'm not. Oh yeah.
There's no going back from it.
Okay, I didn't turn the volume.
Wrong,
hope y'all can hear that.
Brand sticks. There's no going back.
Yeah, check it out.
Now you run on home to your mother and tell her. Tell her everything's all right.
Okay.
I'm all right, Joey. You go home to your... Joey. Take care of him. Both of them.
Here you go. Check it out. Check it out.
Bye, little Joe.
He never even cleared the holster, would he, Shane? I've got things for you to do. And Mother wants you. I know she does. Shane!
Hey, I'm your host, man. I go by New. Just a simple NEW, man. Just a simple NEW. Um, oh my goodness, man. I get such a kick out of that, man. And that's how the Barry fans sound to me, man. Don't go, Shane. Shane. Man, he quit. He quit. I love to hear y'all back commentary. Didn't catch me live. Let me know you was here. Day late, dollar short. Day late and dollar short. Just let me know that you stopped by, and we'll chop it up, man. Until next time, I'll let it peace.